welcome back to the Garden of Your Mind. Before I jump into this video, I just wanted to touch on a couple of things. One is that if you want to study with me, please check out my website, and it's just called gardenofyourmind.com. The second thing is that in my previous videos, I mentioned a free monthly online meditation class, and I've decided that I will be setting that up probably on Zoom. And all you have to do, if you want the notice of when I will be doing that, all you have to do is sign up at the link in this description. You just have to put your email on there, and then I'll send out an invite probably a few days in advance before the class. So today I wanted to talk about the mind. Now, it's a little bit tricky to talk about a lot of these things without talking about meditation, as they all go hand in hand. So bear with me in this video because I do want to talk about a lot of things. And again, thank you so much for watching. So in Zen, we say that the mind is like water, and it takes the shape of whatever we put it in. So if we put it in a round glass, the water will be round. If we put it in a square glass, it will come out in the square shape. And we also say that the mind is like an onion because onions are full of layers and complexities. So we can say the mind is like an onion, and that we are constantly, peeling back those outer layers of the onion. So when we meditate, the goal is to quiet the mind. At first, it's just a focus, like I had mentioned in my previous video. But the more advanced you become, you'll see that the focus turns into something else. Eventually, your mind will stop. Usually this takes multiple lifetimes, however. But every time you get a more quiet mind, something happens to you. And the quieter you can become, more energy actually comes to you. And you can understand things that you would never believe that you are having this deep understanding about. And nobody can really say why this happens, but it does. So you do need energy to understand things, especially in the world of meditation. It does take energy to understand these things deeply. That's why I say that you should meditate. So, also another word for energy can be kundalini, and we will go over that in a separate video. So, everything is in your mind. All experience is in your mind. All pain, pleasure, emotions, all heavens and hells, the past and the future, and time and space all exist in your mind. How you see and experience this world, how you see others, depends on the state of mind that you're in. And if you want to see new things, you have to change your mind first. think about somebody who might be a writer. Maybe they write poetry, and that's what they do all day long. So naturally, they're going to experience the world more through the lens of, being poetic, and it's probably beautiful. There could also be somebody who creates video games, or maybe just playing video games all day long. And for that person, they're going to go through the world and experience life more through that lens of being a gamer, right? And none of these are better than the other. They're just different. So what matters is consciousness and being aware that you are experiencing the world from that particular paradigm or frame of mind that you identify with. Human beings like to identify with things, and they like to label themselves. For example, I am human. I am a parent. I'm a dad. I do this for a living. I only believe in one God. I've had a hard life. I'm an addict. I'm a victim. I'm a survivor. I am a finite individual. And all of this is false. But at the same time, it's true. Because for the person identifying with being an addict, they really do go around believing and thus experiencing life through that lens. Maybe they think life is just this uphill battle because they have this addiction and other people don't, but it's just the way they are. It's just how they're wired, right? I love that. I love that. It's just how I'm wired. And, some people use this as a cop-out, but that's not my point for today. My point is that you experience life through that lens that you identify with. But it's all in your mind. The truth is that there is only this moment, right here, right now, forever. And we project the past and the future in every moment. But the truth is there really only is this moment. So the alternative is to learn how to meditate and quiet your mind, and then go beyond it and see the truth that you aren't really a finite individual at all. In fact, you are so unbelievably perfect in every way, and if you could only glimpse this truth for just a moment, your whole entire world would be shattered in the best way. Or we can say your whole entire world would blossom in the best ways. And then you can choose your labels consciously. You can be conscious of how you see yourself and what you want to put into this world. But be aware that it doesn't mean other people will truly see you, because people will never truly see you. They only see their projections of you through their lens. So there is a Sanskrit word called Ahamkara, which just translates to your created self, your created identity. So you can create your Ahamkara consciously. Because like I was saying before, most people, there's just this big bag of labels and that the world gives you, and people just pick which labels they want, and then they're like, okay, this is it. This is me. And their entire lives will just keep on reflecting that back to them. So, and also if you're watching this and you're like, oh no, she is talking about me, don't worry, it's okay. This happens to all of us, at least most of us. And you can choose to change now and to become more conscious now. It's never too late. Something that my teacher said one day to me really clicked, and they said, there are no good or bad people. There are just different states of mind. We also say in Zen there are 10,000 states of mind. It's a metaphor saying that you have to experience all the various states of mind before you can learn to go beyond them. So, people and things are not inherently good or bad, nor is anything, and that's a very rudimentary way of looking at life, because it's the way in which we see things that determine how we feel about them, if we feel drawn or put off by something. We can also say that there are lower and higher states of mind. A lower state would be feelings of inadequacy, depression, hopelessness, loneliness, feeling sorry for oneself, fear, feeling separate from this world and alone. A higher state of mind would include the feeling or, understanding, inner peace, joy, love, feeling capable, feeling fulfilled, feeling prosperous, and definitely feeling a connectedness with everything else. So let's say another metaphor. Let's say we have a radio and we can change the dial to all different radio frequencies. AM or FM, it doesn't really matter. But some frequencies will have a lower vibration and some have a higher vibration. But it seems there are so many variations of the lower frequencies. Those ones that are really loud and blaring, slightly staticky. They seem to be everywhere. Everywhere. But if we keep searching through the dial, we can find some higher frequency ones, but they are more quiet. So we have to be more quiet and still to notice them, to pick up on them. But once you do, you can hear the music playing on those is completely clear. It's perfect music. There's no static at all. So this is life. When we look around, there's loads and bucketfuls and busfuls of unhappy people. And there are always the loud ones blaring out, so it's very easy to spot them. And they are so loud that they do not even know anything else that's going on because their mind is so loud. That's all they're really aware of. They're just not aware of anything beyond themselves. But there's also a few other people who are very quiet, a lot of the times not using any words, and holding the dial open to higher frequencies, patiently waiting for other people who will see them, who also want to learn to live in higher states of mind. And there's always somebody holding that dial open for you. This is why I recommend finding a teacher if you are serious about meditation, or even just a little bit curious. Because a teacher, a real teacher, will act as the tuning fork on the radio station dial for you. And this is how you can expect meditating with me. I will hold open that dial for you to the higher frequencies, and it's up to you to attune to it as little or as much as you want. And if you also want to learn to hold open that dial, you can learn that too. It's all possible. I think that's it for this video. Really appreciate you being here with me, and I will see you in the next video.